Locating coordinates, Springfield Mall, another universe. Beaming down Earth creatures now.
But the big event of the day was a visit to J.C. Penney's in Virginia. As you might expect, the prince and princess did not come to shop. Penney's may pride itself on being all-American, but the American public was kept out while the royals were inside, so they went to the people, who showed that Americans may not choose to have a royal family, but they sure know how to welcome one.
Parking lot. It's kind of empty. Empty.
Long-awaited Springfield Mall renovation project is now underway. Demolition began today on the old mall that was seen some better days, as you may know.
After a massive 2-year renovation, the retooled, rebranded Springfield Town Center is open for business.
Years in the making, this is what is now known as the Springfield Town Center, open for business at 10 o'clock this morning.
This is a big darn deal, folks.
The Springfield Mall, later renamed the Springfield Town Center, opened in 1973. Its original anchors were Landsberg's, Garfinkel's, J.C. Penney, and Montgomery Ward, eventually adding a Macy's in 1991. Of these, only J.C. Penney and Macy's remain, although probably not for much longer. By far the most interesting thing to ever happen at Springfield Mall took place on November 11, 1985, when Princess Diana and Prince Charles rode up through hundreds of screaming people to the entrance of J.C. Penney and did a little window shopping. This was part of their famous tour of America, along with touring national monuments and meeting with important political allies. After Diana left without buying anything, she greeted her fans in the parking lot, and then their cavalcade rode away. In the early 90s, the mall began to decline, going more and more downhill until its eventual closing and renovation in 2012. A series of calamities befell the mall, making it increasingly unpopular to go to, especially amongst the wealthier Burke people who I went to school with who thought it was dangerous or scary. 2 of the hijackers from the September 11th attacks illegally obtained identification at the DMV on the bottom floor of the mall, and in 2005, a series of stabbings took place there. In 2007, the mall was the location of a fatal shooting, and in 2008, a fatal carjacking. Slowly, all of the stores closed until the mall was just a big empty building to walk around. The humongous jungle gym and arcade that I once loved to play on as a child, now just a memory. In 2012, the mall was officially closed and torn down, although the Target, Macy's, and J.C. Penney remained open to customers. On October 7, 2014, the new Springfield Town Center opened to large crowds, all eager to shop at the new mall. Since the late 90s, I've been a frequent visitor to the Springfield Mall. I was a teenager after its renovation, and my sister and I would often go just walk around if we were bored. Many of the storefronts that were intended to fill in with time have just remained vacant, and there are a lot of places in the mall where there are simply no stores at all, just long, empty corridors. I worked at the movie theater at the mall for several months while I was in community college and saw several businesses open and close in that time, and I also saw my soul die. Despite this, the mall is still fairly busy. After closing for a few months during the ongoing COVID-19 crisis, it has recently reopened to the public, and the parking lot is now annoyingly full, so even though I want to say it's a dead mall, it's technically not. So these are my predictions for the Springfield Mall, based on the way I watched it go out the first time and as how dead malls are wont to do. Both Macy's and J.C. Penney were already struggling financially to stay afloat before COVID, and now they are barely hanging on. Once one of them goes, the other will close soon behind. Since these stores were not involved in the renovations of 2012, they both feel old and unclean. If you're feeling too crowded in the regular mall, your best bet is to head into J.C. Penney to get away from all the people, since it's just that empty. A mall can't survive without its anchors, as everyone knows, so once the anchors are gone, the small stores will begin to close if they haven't already. Crime will rise at the mall and people will become afraid to go there once again, only making the financial strain worse until the Springfield Town Center becomes the Springfield Mall again. But I love shitty trash Springfield Mall, so no matter what, I'll always be there. So obviously I'm obsessed with the mall. I have to make a million fucking videos about it all the time, so here's another one. It was fun to make, so thanks for watching. Bye.